humbly greet you, good fellows out there. As I said before we can really achieve the ultimate goal that we are all so desperate to get to, you have a child today, you want that child to become a good child, live in a good society, in a good environment. You want to bring the child out with good morals that will result not in violence. The child will not live in an environment that, lies and deception and all sort of things will sort of entangle his or her growth. That's the idea. A perfect world, a perfect life for the individual and a perfect world to live in. So how do we get that? And I said that we have to find the roots of it. I have, over experience and through experience and the readings and examining one or two things which are very seriously, not disregarded in human life, the things that are normally being disregarded. I've really examined it, looked through, and I've realized that yet it has come to that point where culture and religion will be the core, the core roots of all these problems. Now, I have seen that, and I have then chose this line of trying to present things in this way for us to, come to a very better conclusion of how the generation, if not this, maybe the generation that come after us, will be able to achieve that. And if you get to the roots and we're able to cut off all that is garbage to us, then we will not let the next or our children inherit anything that will, damage their progress in a quicker and a more perfect state of, approach to life. And so that's what we do in this. I'm doing this video all about. It might maybe a singular approach with no significant beauty to it, but at the end of the day, the basic facts of the matter matters very much. If the facts are clear to you, if you understand, if you have got an idea of it, it will even jump up to your own sort of commitment, your own sort of approach. You can even make the steps come, by yourself. And it's just a tiny bit of a click of a starter. This could be seen as a starter, as I said, the beginning of achieving the stage of peace that we are destined to sort of want to get there. But if you feel that what you have this moment is okay for you, you're entitled to your choices. I am using this media and all that on the basis that I got disappointed in realizing that the line of faith that I was ordained into, or I was adapted into, has got so much lapses, things that needs to be thought through, think through, to help me to be able to come to that point and, make the right decisions. And because you never get a chance to think things through, and you are in such a situation, you find yourself, wanting all the time. So there's one reason why I am doing this, to make sure that others might understand my reasons, and the burden over my head or my shoulder will be lifted off from it, because you do have everybody, just like anybody who has the feeling of trying to reach out to help other people. It's the same feeling that I have too, because I know that, as I said, if the next door neighbor is still sick of something, I am prone to be, infected by his problems or his disease or whatever it is. So it doesn't matter for me to take the step, everybody individually, to always take the steps towards a direction where we will all, as a unified body living in an environment, will be able to achieve the aim that we know we are destined to achieve, without any, with no roughs and doubting, that confidence to approach life. So I chose religion in that sense. And if we found that these are the areas that we can get the roots of the problem, and we get to the roots, we cut the roots off, we eliminate the roots, and then we take on the path, because we are going to adjust as we find the routes. We will adjust, and adjust to what? Adjust to the life that we are already into. We can't just decide to become children, no, but we will adjust in the sense that we will benefit, and the children that will come will be able to inherit something more better, something that will not, bring the repetition of the sort of so-called uncomfortable life that we had or we are getting. And many might say, "Oh, I'm okay, my country, no problem. My home is fine, no problem." Of course, as I said, think it through. Your home is fine. Maybe you're one of the rich people. Maybe your riches hasn't got complications or whatever it is. But I know the rich and poor have got some common difficulties in life. You see, the higher you go, the richer you become. The higher the burden, the richer you become, the more the problems, the different stage of problems that you face. So it is not comfort both being rich or being poor. The whole idea is that whatever it is, the human general common problems, the things that is not supposed to be encouraged among our lives or in our society, we have to deal with it. Because if you don't deal with it, if it still exists among some of us, and you probably will feel that I'm okay at my stage, it will come to you, it will get to you. The waves of the sea may be bashing on those guys at the seashore areas. But if there isn't a seawall defense created along the line to stop the sea from bashing those at the sea line, the seashore areas, eventually it will get rid of them and it will get to you in the middle way of the land. So as an analogy, I'll use this as an analogy to try explain what I'm trying to put through. Because the wave is coming, it will come. Oh, I am in the middle of the city, so by the time the wave get there, it will never get there. That's fine. You see, your intelligence, your common sense should easily tell you that it's just a matter of time. And the days are always moving forward. The week that you had yesterday is a different week this week. The week you had today is a different week that will be coming the following one. That you're looking up to. There's a different week. It shows you that the days are moving on. Just as you grow, you were once 30 years. Another time will come, you're going to be 31. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 34. You don't go back to become 30. So even in our own statistical, approach to age, birth, and all that, we have accepted that we are always moving forward. The body grows from very little to very old. So with time, things catch up with us. So it's better we always resolve those issues. That's why it's necessary for us to eradicate, to cut things. Now we are going to adjust, because since the life is always moving on, there's always a progressive mental approach and physical approach to life. Then we have to, the word adjust is the best word I see to be using in this sense, because life is going on anyway. Whether you stop things that were done in the past, does not mean that that's it, because you're still, even though you're stopping it because you've realized that it is insignificant at this stage of life. It is not necessary. It's sort of true realization. You realize that it sort of slow you down, or it's becoming a problem. That's why you're putting it off. But in some sense, it is also an adjusting. You're adjusting from another level to another level. Because no matter how bad our current situation is, or the past situation was, that some of us keep inheriting or keep holding on to, that is what we had, or that's what we depended on to get to wherever we have got to, whether through struggle or whichever means. But when you realize that it is not the best, you are adjusting to something more better than that. So as he said, in the terms of the Bible, it says, I am here to fulfill. That's what Jesus was using. I'm here to fulfill the scripture. In most of the things, you realize that it was more of adjusting in nature. But fine, I wouldn't use the idea of you fulfilling. We are not fulfilling anything of that nature, or fulfilling anything of the past. we are adjusting to a different level. We are adjusting